Hello, guys. I want to say welcome. Whatsoever you are following this time, we want to say welcome to the exchange. The exchange is 1 hour 30 minutes program where we are well seated on the social media this time. Today we have in our possession a group of students from Morocco that's going to be talking to us on the topic Liberian students in Morocco and the Bilateral Scholarship Program. So today we will be looking at that topic from a different perspective. We're going to be speaking to our students today so that we can have the clear understanding what is happening in that part of the world. So today I'm Elijah Dennis, the panelist of this exchange. So we are brought of men, my few panelists, and they're going to be introducing themselves very shortly as we jump directly into the discussion. We hope to see a fascinating discussion tonight from our guests. I want to say, let me use the time to say thank you for honoring our invitation, and let's feel free to discuss the issue on our discussion tonight. So, notwithstanding, I'll quickly go over to my panelists to introduce themselves shortly. Then we can start the ball rolling tonight. So I'm going to start with Prince Duode. He's going to introduce himself. From there, will be followed by Simon, and from there, Jolene. That'll be joining us very shortly. So, Prince,
All right, guys, thank you very much. And my name is Prince David Wood Jr., currently a student studying computer science and engineering at the Barrett University. And by the virtue of that, I'm one of the lead panelists for tonight's discussion. So thank you very much. Keep being, glued to your monitor. Feel free as we discuss cross-pollinated issues that has to do with the exchange forum. So thank you very much. And guys, let's have this discussion and make it very much interactive.
thank you. That was the voice of Prince W. Duode Jr. right there. And we'll go over to Simon to introduce himself very shortly.
Thanks, and let me say welcome to all of you. My name is Simon H. Yeman. I'm a student studying MSc Microbiology at the Osmana University in India. And we want to say thank you once again for appearing on the show to share ideas on issues that are affecting the Liberian students in Morocco and the progress you guys are making. We want to say thank you very much for coming, and we look forward to a fruitful discussion.
Thank you very much, Simon. We will take Jolene.
Okay, thank you very much. And thank you to our guests, firstly, for honoring our invitation to be here to have an exchange with us. So, I'm Jolene T. Kenya, and I'm a student of the Louisiana College of Engineering and Technology, and I study medical laboratory science. Let's say I'm studying for BSc before someone asks if it is a master. No, yeah. So you are highly welcome on this platform. This is our platform. Like Elijah was saying, this is for everybody. So feel free. You can ask as many questions as you wish, and even to our listener or follower that are out there, you are also welcome to participate by asking your questions through the comment section. Thank you.
Thank you ever so much. That was the voice of Jordan there. So we want to say we want to put our voices together as a panelist. We say you are welcome again, and not forgetting our panelists, our other panelists who are following the show. We want to say hats up to you for your hard work. So we want to say thank you. So we'll quickly jump to our guest tonight. Right there, we'll be starting with Moses and his team. We say welcome to the exchange. You can introduce yourself, shortly, Moses and his team from Morocco.
Okay, once again, we are privileged to be on this platform with you guys. I'm Moses Chieto Jabo Jr. the president of the Liberian Student Association in Morocco, and I'm a student in Kinshasa here in a city, and a student of the University Ivan Tofe, reading geology.
Yeah, we can listen to Nalin. I think you have to check your mark because we are not getting you. Please check your mark. You can turn it off and turn it on again. I don't know. I'm the only one getting that problem.
No, I don't think so because I'm not hearing her as well.
Okay, why she trying to fix that? Then we take Williams to introduce himself. Then we get back to her shortly.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. Um, I'm William Edwin C. Tiaron II, a biology student with emphasis in pharmacology at University City Mohammed Ben Abdullah Fest. And once again, I'm honored to be here with you guys.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your introduction. We say thank you very much. Firstly, as we said, we want to ask how is the process? How is the student body in Morocco in that part of the world? How is everything with the students? How is the learning process? How you guys are doing? How is the atmosphere there?
Sorry, I didn't really get you clearly. Can you please repeat?
Oh, is everything okay? Are you getting me? Moses, am I audible?
You've kind of a bit breaking in. I think
Okay, yes, I was
your
asking Moses.
line. Yeah.
Yes, I was asking Moses. I said, how is it like with you guys in that part of the world in Morocco as a student, far away from home? How everything is with you guys? How things are cooking with you guys in that part of the world?
Oh well, firstly, we are all grateful to God. At least we wake up and then we see life. It is a bit of of an own process. The students here in general are all doing well. Everyone is fine, and they are all in their respective city. I think most of the students also are following the discussions as well. So in general, we are all good. We are grateful to God for another day, and we keep moving. So the students are okay, and things are fine. We bless God.
Yeah, I think Nalin just came in. Nalin, get introduce yourself. And the question is, how are you and how is the students of Morocco doing there? How is everything?
Hi, I hope I'm clear. Okay, great. So I am Nelly Wendy, studying Morocco. I am studying medicine, fourth year. Yeah, and I've been here since 2018. And honestly, it's been good. It's probably my best experience outside of Liberia so far. So I think it's okay.
Okay, I think the internet is really giving problems. So, looking at the topic on a discussion tonight is Liberian students in Morocco and the Bilateral scholarship in Morocco. So, Mr. President and the team, we want to know how is the process of education in Morocco, and how people are actually getting in through into Morocco uh, 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 for educational basis on a daily basis. So, how is everything, and how students are coping with things, and how is, people are really getting into that part of the world on a daily basis.
Well, in general, again, as I said, we are grateful and things are okay. And in relation to how students are about doing, especially in Morocco, is a bit of a challenge again, as I said in the opening, uh, because the studies in Morocco is actually in French. We don't learn in English here, so the studies are strictly in French. So coming from back home, as young people, going through all your elementary and then the senior high in English, and then coming, in this North African part of the world, and studying French is a bit of a challenge for most of the students. But in general, everyone is doing great, and we are all scholars, and everyone is coping with the situation, and things are going well. In relation to how students really get on the bilateral scholarship to come, I think every one of us have our own uh, experiences on how they got the process, and how they got the scholarship. So I'll just narrate uh, for my own how the process was like for me, and think my colleagues will come in and explain also how they got the process and how they heard about it. You getting me right?
Sure, you are audible. Yes,
Okay,
you are
okay. So
audible.
so so basically, for the Morocco scholarship, it is normally posted through the Ministry of Education on their website. It's always on the website. Anytime the the process open is always there. So normally, if you want to be on the program, I think firstly you have to follow the Ministry of Education, because it's the Ministry of Education abroad that's basically responsible for this kind of programs, especially for students. So if you follow the Ministry of Education website, you'll be informed basically when opportunity like this come up. So normally for me, I went through the process online. With the scholarship was there, we apply. Uh, as normally tradition, anytime scholarship comes, there are criteria for them. So we went through the process, met some of the medical criteria. We went there, we had the exams, went for the interview, and we are successful, and so we are here. So basically, that's just the process. You have to firstly check through the Ministry of Education, through the website, get the process there, start the process with you. You get your passport and a lot of the documents required. And you just keep working hard and getting prepared for the exams, and get prepared for the challenge. So that's how the process is normally, and that's how for me, I go through the process, and I'm here. So my colleagues will basically narrate also how they got the process, how they got on the scholarship, and how the process was for them.
Yeah, we hope to listen to them. So, Nalin, how is it? How is it? How did you come in contact with this scholarship, the Bellagio scholarship program, and what are the criteria? Probably someone listening to the show this hour will say, "Okay, I want to apply." Okay, Moses already make declared pictures of it that is on the website, but what are the educational criteria that is set up by the ministry, that okay, the person should have an A grade, the person should have this grade before he or she be eligible for the scholarship? And what's the jurisdictions upon applying for the scholarship? How long would that take, for you to actually get selected, and how is the selection process? If you have an idea, you can speak from that perspective.
Okay. First of all, I'm not sure if I'm so qualified to talk about the process into which we get scholarship to come here to Morocco. But personally, I I got the scholarship directly from the president, given that I was part of the top 7 students in WAS that year. That was 2018. So with that, I was able to get the scholarship from the president. And honestly, I did not go through any other procedure that other students went through to get the scholarship. I was called, and I had to go submit my documents. So I took my documents to the Ministry of Education, and I just waited to be called to leave. There wasn't any kind of long process for me to be able to be here today. But I have heard, and I have also witnessed, given that I've also been friends with other people who had to go through a very, very thorough process to be able to get a scholarship here in Morocco. I don't think it's a very long process, but given that there are a lot of things, and most of the time it's not very dependent on Liberia, it's also dependent on the Moroccan scholarship department, or as we call it here, AMSI. So yeah, given that AMSI has a lot of processes to do, they have a lot of check-ins to do, background checks and whatnot before they have to give a go-ahead that this student or he or she is qualified to be on a scholarship under us. So yeah, it's not such a thorough process, but at most you should be confident in yourself. You should also know that you are qualified, and you should also be qualified before you can get a scholarship to come to Morocco. But personally, if you ask my personal experience, it was very short. It was not time exhausting at all. There was just so much I had to do before before coming here to Morocco. Yeah.
Yeah, we were listening to Williams. What do you have to say to that?
Yeah. So like Moses, I'm more like Moses. Am I clear?
Hello?
Okay. So
Hello?
I went through the. Hello.
Are you guys hearing me? Are you hearing me?
Technical problem. I think it's internet like back and forth with that. So we can be checking it while Moses is also trying to come in with that. So as we whatsoever you are following, there's a change forum. We are live here in conversations with students from Morocco talking about the bilateral scholarship program. They are giving us insight on how they came about the bilateral scholarship program. And I think you listen to Moses and listen to Nali, and now we are taking Williams to come on to tell us what is the bilateral scholarship between Liberia and Morocco. So we turn over to Moses.
Moses or William?
Williams, sorry, Williams.
Okay. Thank you. Am I clear? Okay. Okay. So uh, unlike Moses, Moses and myself, I think we went through similar process. So we got information of the scholarship and through the Ministry of Education, and then we applied. And the application is basically the criteria for a scholarship program. To be a good student or Liberian, you have to have your high school documents, and you apply. You write an application letter that is also very vital. That will entail what you want to do in Morocco, like what you want to study, and what are your intentions after obtaining degree in Morocco. What how do you think you can impact Liberia? So these are things you have to write in your letter, and then carry all your necessary documents, passport, photo, and this stuff. And drop it at the Ministry of Education. I think after a week or two, you might receive a call if you are selected. It's merit based, and you go through a fair process. Once you are selected, you be called, and then you have an interview. You have a test to take first, which we went through. We took the test, and when you are a successful candidate, you you be called again, and you go through an interview process where they will ask you questions. And yeah, while they are doing that part in Liberia, I think the documents can be sent to Morocco for vetting as well. And once it is accepted by the Moroccan authority and education system here, definitely you already stand a chance of coming here. So that's the process from Liberia. It's not really long. It's not really tough. Once you are a good student, and you have a case to plead that yes, you are ready to go outside and represent Liberia. Definitely you be given a scholarship, and then you come over, and it starts from here. Whatever you be doing now, it starts from here. Once you know that you need to make Liberia proud, so it starts from here. I think that's the process I went through, and I'm here now. Thank you.
Okay, before my panelists, my co-panelists come in very shortly. One we want to understand what is a fair benefit, right? What is a fair benefit of obtaining the scholarship? It's just probably just going to Morocco to acquire the educations. What the Negro scholarship comes with, like it includes accommodations, it includes a stopping probably per month or per year. What is the fair benefit of this scholarship?
Well, the scholarship come with a lot of benefits. It's in twofold. Firstly, is one with the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Education, and secondly is with the Moroccan agency as well through the Moroccan bilateral agreements. So the benefit comes in twofold. Uh, the agreements from the Ministry of Education is when you are awarded a scholarship after you have gone through all of the vetting process, you sign or memorandum of understanding. I think that's the tradition normally when you receive a scholarship from the Ministry of Education. So the memorandum of understanding will state to you how much the government will be and given to you monthly, and then what they expect from you exactly when they are giving you this money. And basically, you sign a memorandum of understanding. Normally, you sign this memorandum of understanding with your guardian there in Liberia before departing. And when you come, you honor that contract. It's almost like it's a contract through the Ministry of Education, you and yourself. So you have to live up to that memorandum of understanding. So you have to progress, and you have to be as strong as possible to meet with what you sign in Liberia. And the second part is also from the Moroccan government as well through the agency. You receive also starting from then after every 2 months. Uh, and so once you keep up with your school process, you are making progress in the school. You receive that money continuously after every 2 months until you've graduated from the process, and you return there to Liberia. So basically, there's a benefit uh, with the scholarship, especially Morgan scholarship. There's a benefit from there in in both ways, both the government of Liberia and that of the Moroccan authority here. So uh, that's it. In terms of the accommodation and the living, the scholarship here through the Ministry of Education is in twofold. We have students here on the bachelor program, and also we have students on the TVET program, that is the vocational program. So normally students who receive the vocational program are awarded dormitories. So if you are coming Morocco for study and then you apply through the Ministry of Education for vocational program, you receive dormitory once the Moroccan authority give you attestation, they approve your documents, if you had all the documents is okay, you are awarded dormitory. So if you are coming for the vocational program, you don't need to rent or you don't need to go in the community. And I'll come back to the BSc process, but for the vocational process, you are awarded a dormitory. So once you get a scholarship for the vocational program, you have a dormitory automatically. So once you arrive here, your dormitory already be ready for you, and then you just have to move on the dormitory as well. In that, there's also a little uh, off and on with the dormitory process, because when student comes, they have to register for the dormitory process. But that has been taken care of already by the government of Liberia, because the allowances come at times to people to pay for this. And if you are on a BSc program, you also have the opportunity to apply for dormitory, but chances of getting a dormitory is very little, so it's not possible. So normally students on the BSc programs always find themselves in the community renting, and it's a bit of a challenge. Normally, even in Liberia as well, it's a challenge renting, especially young people on your own, and so forth. So basically, that's the process of, there's a benefit, and also there's accommodation for students on the vocational program, and for students on the BSc program, you have to rent in the community, you have to find place in the community, and so forth. But normally that's not a problem, because normally when student comes, those that are students who want the BSc program that need to rent in the community, normally when you come, you have a lot of old students around on ground who's available to help you through the process, to get you to the agency, to find your apartment, to help you move in, to get your mattresses and other stuff. It's very easy. And even also for students on the dormitory, normally when it comes, you have other old students around who's able to help them in the process to get integrated in the system quickly. So it's a bit of an easy process. The most important thing is you just have to apply, and then once you are awarded the scholarship, you enter Morocco. Everything is going to be as easy as possible.
Thank you very much. We listened to Moses giving his own experience on the scholarship, the fair benefit that comes with the scholarship. We would take Williams to hear from him. From there, we'll go to Nali, and then our panelists can come in and they can bring couples of questions. If you are following us, there's a change forum we brings to you, our students from Morocco talking to us today on the topic students, Liberian students in Morocco and the Bilateral Scholarship Program. So you listen to us, we say please share the show so that at least other Moroccans, students, Liberians, students in Morocco can also follow as well in other part of the world. So we'll listen to them and then we'll take our panelists.
Yeah. So concerning the issue, I think Moses spoke lengthily and he laid the basis. Everything he said is true. The benefits are actually in the mirrors, and in terms of staffings, we receive it from both ways. And from the Liberian government, it's on quarterly. That is after 3 months we receive staffing, and for the Moroccan government, is we receive it after 2 months. So basically, that's how it is. After 3 months, we receive our staffing from the from the Liberian government, and after 2 months, we receive our staffing from the Moroccan agency as well. So accommodation, as he spoke of, for the dormitory, it is kind of for everybody, but basically it is more easy for the TVS students, and they receive it without going through a lot of processes, because their name can be sent directly to the dormitory, to the head of the dormitory, and then they are giving or they are offer rooms. Yeah, but for the BSc programs, it's also not hard to get, but you just have to apply, because that's a due process and everybody goes through it, as other students, foreign students too. So once you apply, you keep your finger crossed and the dormitory will be given to you. So that's how it is. And for the uh, renting it's not really that difficult. It is easy to find apartments. Apartments are available. Once you have your staffings, once you have money coming regularly, you'll be able to pay your bills, your both electricity and current bills, and you'll be able to maintain your apartment. So basically, that's just how it is, and accommodation is not a problem. Once you are new and you come to the country, there are people waiting to accommodate you for the time until you can be able to stay on your own, to be able to find area for yourself, and it will also help you in the process. So basically, that's how it is. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We'll take Nalin to listen to how then our panelists can come in shortly and again ask their questions and again make if you are following us with the number is going to be pinned on the dash. You can take that number and call on WhatsApp so that you can ask questions and make your inquiry. But when we're ready, we're going to open the phone lines.
Okay. As Moses and Williams have clearly stated, yes, we have a lot of benefits when it comes to the bilateral scholarship between Liberia and Morocco. And one of those perks of being on a scholarship here is that you get a stipend from the Moroccan government. And yeah, and as William has clearly stated, we also get allowance from Liberia as well. So before you say we are rich, hold on. Maybe probably because Moses is wearing a suit, but we are not rich, because by the time we get our scholarship, we already have a lot of things that are on our plates to take care of. Concerning the Moroccan stipend that we get, that also includes health insurance. And when we say health insurance, that means they take the money before we even get it. Before it gets to our hands, the Moroccan government have taken our health insurance. It's a good thing, yes. But most times, like we don't get sick. So I kind of wonder where the money goes, but I guess it goes back to the Moroccan government. But yes, it's a good thing for those who get sick. And now the benefit of that is that if eventually you do get sick, um, you can pay for your medical bills yourself, and at the end of the day, you can go back to the office, and then you can put in for a reimbursement of the money you have spent, given that you have a medical certificate and whatnot. So that is a good thing. We don't spend medical fees, you don't pay for your bills and not get it in return, except if you're very rich and you don't want to go back for your money. Yeah, concerning the allowance, the accommodation, there are certain courses that we do here that you are eligible to get an accommodation under the Moroccan government, and that is medicine, for example. If you're doing medicine, you can and you are obliged to get an accommodation. But now the government is also like, okay, yeah, we'll give you guys free will. So you can choose if you want to stay on the dormitory, or you can choose if you want to stay in an apartment. And yeah, and even courses like, I think, engineering students, and in some cities of Morocco are also eligible to get the dormitory. That's if you apply for it. But like I said, if you don't want to stay in the dormitories, you can choose not to stay in the dormitories. And if you want to stay, it saves you a whole lot of money, plus Wi-Fi bills, electricity bills, and water bills and whatnot. Yeah, that is just some of the perks of being on a scholarship here in Morocco.
Thank you. We at least the discussion is getting more interesting. So we're gonna take our panelists and they're gonna ask questions or come in with input. So we're gonna start with our panelists. If you have a question, you just have yourself unmuted so we can go on with the discussion.
Okay, let me come in with a question. I think maybe Moses will have to answer since he's the president. Okay, Moses, as we know, the Liberian government and that of our Moroccan counterpart signed a bilateral arrangement which has existed over 50 years. And this bilateral program is geared towards educating Liberia in the field of higher education in various disciplines. And the scholarship, as you guys regularly stated, is of twofold. The Moroccan government has their part to play, and our government has their part to play. So my question will be premised on how is our government actually showing their responsibility to the scholarship? Because I think in some of the early part of 2019, there were a series of news coming out from Morocco about Liberian students protesting at the Moroccan embassy due to lack of delay in stamping and other things, which were long overdue for like 10 months or so, if I stand to be corrected. So how is it now? How is the process? Is the government really showing up to their responsibility? And how are you guys trying to mitigate some of the challenges that you are facing? You are not audible.
Okay, yes, sorry. It's a very good question. Yes, of course, some part in 2019, uh, the student in general went to the embassy uh, to ask why was the what was the delay in the allowance process, especially for us as students. Because when we came in 2019, we were about 54 students, 54 new students who arrived because the government sent 34 first, and then they add with 20. So we're 54. And then the reason why we actually went at the the embassy was we came and we did a French course because, as I said previously, the studies in Morocco is in French, not English. We don't learn in English here. It's strictly in French. So after we completed the French studies, we received. We're in the process of receiving our attestation to go to our various cities because when you come before the coronavirus pandemic, when you come as students, you lodge in Rabat. They host you on the city. There's a big dormitory there that it hosts all of the new students, and then you go through your French process for the 6 months. After you learn the French and they give your certificate, and then you all wait in Rabat for a few weeks to receive your attestation so that you can depart for your cities that they will give you to go and study. So while we're in that transition process, we actually needed money so that when we leave from Rabat to our various cities, we can be able to uh, get something to go and look around for apartments or to go and get one or two things for school to get ready. But that money was delayed due to some reasons back home that government was challenged. But the communication at that time wasn't very right with the student bodies. So that's why we went to the embassy to ask the embassy why was the delay, and because we wanted to get a factual information, wanted to get a direct information from the Ministry of Education through the embassy to the student, because where we're getting the information from uh, wasn't really authentic. So we wanted something very clear from the ministry and that of the embassy to assure the students that before we receive our attestation, we will receive our money. So that's why we went to the embassy. So basically that was that gathering of the students to the embassy brought fruitful results or result. Since 2019, the government have been very magnanimous to us. They have been doing pretty well, and hats up to them. We are very grateful to the government. Since that gathering, they have paid a serious attention to the students here in Morocco and they have the scholarship process. They attach serious value here to the scholarship, and they have been doing extremely well for us since then. We receive our allowance quarterly, and it's always on time coming, even though government challenge at time with some delay through some procurement process, the signing of checks and leaving from one bureau to another. That's the bureaucracy aspect of the government, but government been doing very well, obviously, since then. It's been very good, and we are so grateful to the government for that through the Ministry of Education, through the Ministry of Finance, and the Prof. Dr. Sony has been very magnanimous to us as well since then. The Ministry of Finance, Mr. Toer, and the rest of the guys there have been very good. And quite recently, the Minister of Education sent our team here to actually assess the situation since then. Uh, they actually assess the situation of the students since the gathering at the embassy 2019, and we had a fruitful discussion with the delegates that were here from the ministry, and it went extremely well. And a lot of positive things were reassured, and we are very grateful. We are very grateful. So government is doing extremely well since then. At times the government is big, so they have a lot of different things to focus on. So sometimes when the government is not paying attention, we try to call their attention through some different means. So government focus on this side, and things are moving extremely well. So we are grateful.
Thank you very much. Yes, my question was primarily on the basis of because there are a lot of people back home since that incident with the students in Morocco. The government have not really come out to clearly state how the students are interfering, and then there's no information back from Morocco. So I think having you guys here now will give some relief to some of the students who want to apply, that now things are on course in Morocco and they can take this process. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Prince. Prince, how you are following the show, Prince?
Prince, you are not audible.
Prince, you have to check your mark.
Hello?
So while Prince trying to
Hello?
hello, yeah.
Yeah,
Jolene,
you
yeah,
guys can
Jolene,
hear me?
come. Hello, you can come there, Jolene.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you
Jolene, you
very
are
much.
audible.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So, thanks to Mose and your team. So, I just got already. Yeah, you know, Mose have been friends for well abroad this. So, yeah, so I've been knowing him for a very long time now. Okay, so I will like to know, based on qualification, based on eligibility, based on the strong motivational letter you are going to write, you are going to be qualified for one of these program, which is the vocational or the BSc program. So if a person may ask you, I mean, based on my background, I would like to study in Morocco through one of these programs. Which of these programs are you going to maybe encourage them to take um, when it comes to their study in Morocco? Are you going to encourage this individual? I understand that everyone has passion when it comes to their place of studies, but because of certain circumstances, they cannot afford at certain point. So they may ask you, do you think I'm qualified for this? I mean, for this scholarship, but because of certain circumstances, I cannot afford.
I think we are losing you, Jolene. We are losing you.
Yes, indeed, we are losing Jolene gradually. But I think she made her point. Her point is why we're trying to get Jolene back. Jolene's point is okay, the scholarship is okay, but as an expert, as somebody who has gone through it, Jolene, yes, as an expert, as somebody who have gone through the ranks and file of the getting the bilateral scholarship program, what could be your advice? I think that's what Jolene is trying to say. What could be your advice between the both scholarship? Which one is much preferable?
Uh, okay, so I'm not. I will speak from my own experience, from my own take, and I think my colleagues also will give their own advice as well to the process. Firstly, what I would say is that uh, I cannot basically recommend to anybody say, oh, you should come and focus in the sciences, or you should come and do art courses, or you should come off a vocational program, or you should come and or apply for the BSc program. What I can say to you is that as a person, as a student, uh, coming through high school, you should know upon graduation what exactly you have your strength in. If you have your strength in the math, if you have your strength in the sciences, or if you have your strength in any of these science courses, and then you can apply for any of the science courses here, and you can make your way, because we have a lot of people who have strength in some of these who have strength in math courses, science courses, and they come here and then they progress in their studies. If you're a student, you are not actually good in the sciences and you love the art courses, there are a lot of art courses here also you can apply for. through the Ministry of Education for you to come. So basically, I won't really recommend to anybody or advise them to go for specific for specific discipline. As a person, you should know exactly what you have your strength in, and that's what you can apply for. All I can say to you is that once you apply for the science courses, if you have strength in the science courses and you apply for it as a person, once you are coming, you should be ready. You should be prepared, because the process here is not as compared to Liberia, because you are learning in French. So if you are coming here and then you want to apply for the scholarship, firstly you should know that I'm going to learn in a foreign language. One, secondly, you are coming in another culture. You are coming in another country, and you are coming where you don't have anyone there to to basically say they are your guardians to wake you up in the morning, say get ready and go to school, come from school and say yes, something to eat and stuff like that. So you have to be prepared as a person once you want to come on a scholarship. So for my own experience, I wouldn't really recommend to anybody in Liberia to go for a specific discipline. If you want to apply for the scholarship, know as in within yourself, look at your transcript from high school, look at your strength through your WAS grades and what have you, and see where you have your strength in. Read the information posted on the Ministry of Education website. See where you have your strength. See if there's a courses available within that discipline. Apply for it. Know within yourself you are coming to learn in a different language. Get prepared for the challenge and come, and you succeed. There are a lot of young people here who making a lot of progress in inferior discipline here. So everyone will speak based from their own discipline. I could say to somebody, I'm reading geology. I could say to somebody like, if you want to apply for the scholarship, apply for geology, you can. So that's my own discipline. That's my own field. So someone might want to apply for different disciplines. So all you have to do is know what you have your strength in, know what you're capable of doing, know that you're coming to learn a foreign language. So it's a new environment, new process, new beginning, and get prepared for the challenge, get prepared for the struggle, and hats up to you. You hear a lot of people in this country, a lot of young people here, a lot of students here will help you through the process and take you through. For the qualification, I think you just have to be a high school graduate from high school, get your WAS, go through the WAS, get your WAS certificate or the WAEC, whichever one you have with you. Continue to follow the Ministry of Education website, read the process, read the criteria there, apply for it, apply, go through the vetting process. Don't use the SAR, go through the vetting process, and you come. Once you are successful on the scholarship, you're going to come. So qualification, be a high school graduate, have all of your high school documents with you. That is from your diploma, your transcript from the school, go through the WAS, get a WAS certificate, and go to the Ministry of Education and apply for the scholarship. Once you are a librarian, you're eligible for the scholarship to apply for it. The scholarship at the ministry don't deny anybody. There's a limit on scholarships specifically. Some of the scholarship it deals with age. That is maybe when you are above certain age, you don't apply for the scholarship, you're not eligible again for it. So just read the criteria. Everyone is cool. Scholarship process in our is open for Morocco. You can apply whether you from Bon County, whether you living in Grangy there. Once you're able to make your way to the Ministry of Education in Liberia, you just come and deposit the document and start with one or two family members around, and you wait on for the call, and then you take the process, and yeah. So basically that's it. And I think my colleagues too will speak from their own experience as well, based on the which program people can basically apply for as well.
Okay, so we listen to that. I think Prince is getting much better. He has some technical problem, but I'm showing it's much better now. So while waiting Prince with his questions, so probably we can take Annalyn or Williams to come there with the questions from Jolene. What could be your recommendations to someone who is trying to apply for the first time on a fellowship?
Okay. Where do I start? So like Moses has said, um, I don't think we are angels to tell you if you deserve to do a course or if you don't deserve to do a course. Because if there's one thing I know is that Morocco changes people. And trust me, you can be the brightest student in Liberia and you come here and but yeah. It's crazy. So I think we are not in any position to tell you that you are capable of doing a course and you're not capable of doing a course, because if you saw a prophet in Liberia, you should tell him to change his setting to Morocco, because it's definitely not the same thing. You have to get here, you have to see what you can do. And in fact, it takes people 3 years to even discover what they actually can work with. You have to keep trying and you have to keep changing courses before you find out what is actually comfortable with you or what you are comfortable with doing. So it takes a very long time. Some people, it takes them like a year, some people 2 years, some people 3 years. But yeah, I don't think we can tell you if you're capable of doing a course or not. What we can say is that when you're coming, brace yourself, put on all your armors. Like if you have a belt of faith or something, just put on all your armors and come here, because it's definitely not an easy ride. You're going to need all the help and all the prayers you can get. So if you're coming, you just tell the people back home, like, start praying for me before I even get here. If you're on the plane, you start praying. If you get here, once you land, you start praying. If you get here, once you land, you start praying, because it's not easy and you're going to need all the help and all the strength you can get in order to find what you're actually comfortable doing. The best thing to do is you have to keep your head straight. You have to be confident in yourself. I don't think there is a point you have to lose confidence in yourself, because the moment you do that, you're going to be thinking about going home, probably calling your mom and telling her to book a flight for you. But yeah, so I don't. To answer that question, there is nothing we can tell you to to say that you can do a particular course or this is where you are. Like, I've seen a vision for you. You're very good in geology or you're very good in medicine, and that's what you're capable of doing. We cannot tell you that. But what we can tell you is that you have to be confident in yourself. You have to believe that you're meant to be in Morocco and you can be in Morocco and you can actually succeed in Morocco. Once you have that plan and you're smart, of course, you can actually survive and find whatever you're called to be in Morocco here. Yeah.
Okay, Williams, you want to add something to that?
Please.
Yeah, Mark.
Hello.
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 Yeah, you are clear. You are clear.
Okay, thank you. So to buttress my colleagues, I'm getting a feedback. Can someone someone's using? I think they are watching the program as well. At least I think they can please try to mute whatever they're using. Okay, so to buttress to my colleagues, I think like they said, something they call self reference, and I would not like to sit here and help in the peer pressure arena. But recommendations to make recommendations for students to come here, what I can recommend is for students to come here. But what you want to do is actually your call to make. It should be something you should be passionate about. All the courses here are very valuable. The two sectors of learning, both the vocational and the regular program, that is the BSc program, they are very important. The vocational program is a 2 years program, but it entails a lot of good work, because you have a lot of practicals, and whatsoever you're doing, there'll be a serious need that you learn very, very vitally, and you will learn to the best of your ability. So whatsoever course in the TV program you choose is not something that will not be valuable. It has a lot of value attached to it. And for the BSc as well, whatever course you feel you want to study, I urge you to come and study here, because that's what you want to do, but not to follow where the masses are going. You say, oh, because a lot of people going here, I want to go there too. No, I will not recommend that. I will recommend that you go after your heart, your passion, and whatsoever you feel you can do, you go after it. Another thing, for the TVET program, I think, or for the two programs, once you are applying, there there is a criteria, there are age criteria and also the year you graduated from high school criteria. For the BSc program, mostly they take from 17 years to 2021 maximum. And for the TVET program, they take from 19 or from 17 up to 30 because that's a program for people that probably didn't have the opportunity to enter university earlier, and maybe you're working now and you want to at least get a paper and then you can enroll into it. But like I said, they are all very vital programs, and I will encourage you to choose whatsoever you want to study, and make sure you pursue it to the finish line. And trust me, that's why you'll be successful in. Some people can study the best course in school, but it's not guaranteed that they might be successful if that's not what actually they were meant to do. Because there are examples of people that follow that went behind courses that probably they felt more people going there and they feel they'll get money from it. And then when they did it, and in the end, they're not succeeding from it. So that I'll encourage you to go after your passion, and I will not recommend for you. All the courses here are very, very important. Moses doing geology is very good. And if you love geology, you can come do Moses, you can come join Moses in the struggle. You do your geology to the finish line. If you want to do biology, I'm doing biology. So I'll if I want to be biology, I'll encourage you to come and do biology as well. So that's how it is basically. And I'll recommend that you follow your passion, and whatsoever you want to do, you come and do it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wheresoever you are following this Change Forum, we are live here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter right here, and we are now in conversations with our students from Morocco. They are giving us insight on the long-awaited bilateral scholarship program. You know, there have been a lot of rumors around that, oh, yes, the government is not doing well, the government is not listening and laying up to the tax. But today we are here hearing from the house's mouth that, oh, yes, everything has been rumored. The truth is, we are getting our fair benefits. We are in school. The atmosphere is good. You are listening to them. We are not making up stories here. We are not laying up any allegations upon anyone. You are listening to them. They are prettifully seated. I think Prince Duo is back. He is our chief panelist tonight. So we're going to listen to Prince Duo. The number is pinned on the screen there. If you want to call us, you can call in. We're going to take you and just ask the guests your question. And be very brief and straight to the point. So we will take Prince Duo.
Hello guys, are you guys getting me?
Yes, go ahead.
Elijah, Elijah, am I audible?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay,
Yes, you are audible.
every one of you guys for your full participation, especially to our brother Moses. He spoke extensively when it comes to a couple of issues that have affected Liberian students back there in Morocco, and how based on the level of leadership and that communication effectively between them and to that of the Liberian government, things have actually been put into perspectives. But my question here has to do with the angle of your association leadership is not limited to the bilateral program. How are you guys managing when it comes to the level of unity and mechanism or methodology put into place for which language students that are currently residing in Morocco can have a full participation into activities there? Cognizant of the fact that going out when it comes to education is not just 100% tied to our academic prospect, but sometimes exposure and other programs that will enlighten our minds. So from the angle of the leadership, how are you guys managing, and what are some of those things you guys are putting into place in order to give pass to the students while they are studying in Morocco?
Okay, I think it's a very good question. Uh, Basically, from the leadership angle, yeah, I think from our constitution governing the students, yeah, I think it's not really restricted only to students. This association is with everyone, all of the Liberians here in Morocco, student as well. Everyone is there, whether you are a government student or you're not a government student, because we have students here who comes under the bilateral agreement, and also have students here who are not under the bilateral agreement. So there are some Liberians here living in Morocco. They are residents. They are living here. They have their children in, and a lot of them are in school. These people are not on a bilateral agreement that is with the Ministry of Education. And also, if you have students who are taken from Liberia on this bilateral program here. So we have students here who are on the program and students who are not with the bilateral program. But the association is with everyone in this country, whether you are a student from the Ministry of Education, whether you are a Liberian student, you are here not on the Ministry of Education. The association is open. Everyone is part of the association. Everyone makes decisions. Decision has been made with the General Assembly. Everyone. And in addition to that, also we have the Liberian Liberian community. There's a lot of Liberians here. We have a Liberian community, a very large community. A lot of Liberians here, a very large community. And for what we are doing for our own self as the association, we are working with the Liberian community. I have a lot of Liberians here put themselves together and form an association. So we are working with them as a student as well, in communication over a normal basis to see how we can share information, how they can help the student community as well. So from that angle, we are actually seeking we are actually seeking information from them. We are actually asking them. Sometimes they reach out to us to ask us for assistance. Sometimes we reach out to them to ask them for advices and what have you. So for the leadership angle, things are going extremely well. The association here, you have students who are not part of the bilateral agreement, students who are part of the bilateral agreement. We are all working together, making progress. This is not about the students. This is not about Liberians here. It's about Liberian in general. So anywhere Liberian we find ourselves as Liberian, it is important that we come together as one and see how best we can work together, not to shape our own lives, but also to help shape the country Liberia. So we are having a very good relationship here when it comes to leadership, when it comes to unity with the Liberians here, whether you are a student, whether you are a Liberian market woman here doing your business, whether you are a Liberian man here, you have a family or whatsoever. Everyone here is in work. Everyone is working together. We are all working, trying as much as possible to push everyone towards their goal. If you are a student and any Liberian who is not in school, they'll push you to reach to where you want to be. If he's selling and you have a student in school, the student in school push a woman who's selling here to reach to where she wants to reach as a business woman. So we are all pushing each other, we are all helping each other, and we are all making things extremely well. In terms of what are programs, that we do as the leadership for the student community, normally we have a series of activities that comes up. Normally we have integration program. Normally when we have students here, we have integration program where we integrate them with the old student. Through that program, we educate them on what are things to do in Morocco, especially because this is a different culture. This is an Islamic country as well. So there are things that we do in Liberia we don't do yet. So basically, these orientations comes in normally to educate our new students who are new arrivals in the country on what are things to do, what are things not to do here as a student, and also we educate them on the issue of the community aspect when they are going to rain, what are things to do. So basically, we have different programs that comes all yearly for the students. We have debate competitions, we have mazes. So there are a lot of different activities that we put together as the leadership as the semester goes on to be able to bring the students together because it's not easy, as our sister Nettie and William was saying, it's not easy to learn here. As I said, and I keep on saying, the school year is not in English, the school year is in French. We are learning French. So it's not a small process, it's a lot of process. It takes a lot of concentration. So at times when we go through all of these process and things, we have to bring the student back together. We have to come back together and create programs that will bring fun, create programs that will meet our friends and what have you. So we are doing very well. There are a lot of good programs that the association is putting out for the student community as well. We are working together. equally with other Liberians here who are not students as well, and we are all supporting each other and we are pushing each other. So basically, the relationship here is extremely well. Good, lot of good programs, a lot of good things going on through the program that for the student community, and we are very grateful also to the General Assembly and the student. Also, they've been very supportive throughout the years with the leadership, the embassy, and whosoever. So we are very grateful, and things are going extremely well.
Wow, that's great. That's great. So, are there any follow-up questions from any of your colleagues in regards to your leadership effectiveness?
Hello, Prince. Hello.
Yes, I.
Yeah. So there's a caller on the line because we are running out of time. You're gonna answer Prince's question. Let take this caller and hear what he is saying and his contribution. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. You are audible.
Hello, sir. How are you? What is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to the exchange.
Okay, my life.
Yeah, sure. Can you walk away from your monitor, please?
Of course, I'm far away. I'm not using my phone this hour. Okay, I'm gonna this way and I'm going to continue through the site I'm calling Tunis. Enough there.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, can you walk away from the noise and call back later, please? We are not getting you. Okay. So we take this other caller from there. Hello, sir. What is the name and where are you calling from? Welcome to the exchange.
Thanks very much. My name is Benanos. Benanos Duane Nime, and I phone in from Meknes, Morocco, where I am one of the students benefiting from the bilateral scholarship program from Liberia, and I'd like to make my contribution in this man on the phone. Well, I'd like to firstly thank your studio guest. I think they have done a kind of an exponential deliberation on issues concerning the bilateral scholarship, and I like to rest on extending appreciation to the government of Liberia for being very and magnanimous in showing that responsibilities to the students of Liberia is well discharged. And so except before we come to Morocco in 2021 November, I think if there have been issues in the past ranging from 2018 regarding students receiving their support, I think those situations were predicated upon the inception of the COVID-19. But since we came to Morocco, we have had this kind of a fair treatment from the government, and there has been a regular support from government. And there is a set time that students receive their allowances and support on this side in Morocco. Yes, things are not rosy as people may think in Morocco. As we are aware, there is a global economic challenge and that countries are confronted with, and Liberia is one of those kinds. Morocco is also one of those kinds.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for making your point. We are already out of time. We say thank you. I think your point was well taken. Thank you for your contribution, sir. Okay, you listen to him right there making his point on the show this time. And now we're going to take this quarter. He is making his point as well. Let me take this quarter. So yes, you can be answering the questions. Moses, you are saying something? You can respond to Prince.
I don't think Moses is here. I think he dropped the line.
Hello, caller. What is the name and where are you calling from?
Yeah. Okay. Then I just let and I'm joining Morocco.
Okay.
And my life.
Yes, you are audible. Make your point. 2 seconds, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let me say thank you very much for my police studio there. And let me just make my point quickly. As it relates to the Morocco Library of Scholarship, I must extend my appreciation to the government for their efforts so far since our arrival in the Kingdom of Morocco. There has been no, for improving, there has been no, how we are being, treated fairly. And my attention has been drawn to one of the questions that were asked by Julie as it relates to, which is the best, if students were asked to select. And then I would also like to make a point on that. And that's a very brilliant question. And another point is, you guys, perhaps it might be oversight, but you have never mentioned anything the challenges, as it relates to students' activity here. 2 hours been watching, but let me firstly address Julie's,
Yes, sir. You can do that in 1 minute because we are running out of time. Can you do that in 1 minute? We are running out of time.
Of course, let me be very fast. If you ask me, I would say the both are correct. But then if I'm asked to encourage students, the TBET program is one of the best programs to come. Why? Because the TBET program is a program that is long 2-year basis. But then you should be reminded that after the 2 years, you will also be given the opportunity to attend to a BSc, which is 1 year. Then you go into the fact which, even though it is 3 years, but the TBET is a direct hands-on training. Whereas if you enter technically, you have already know something before going to the fact.
Thank you, sir.
The challenges. One thing the government needs to work on this. This is what we do. The students' arrival in the country is one of the major hindrances, and it needs to be worked on. Even though there are dormitories here, but if students arrive, there's no permanent place directly to rest until they can be, sent to the various cities.
Okay.
Hindrances here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your point. Thank you. So I think you're listening to the caller there making his point and probably speaking of some challenges that the government is actually faced with. The students are faced with, when students come into the country, definitely what is going to happen is that they're going to be probably hanging up around with some students and before moving to their various universities, and the list goes on. So we're going to take this last quarter and then go back to our guest today to conclude because we are already running out of time. We say thank you for your patience whatsoever you are following this exchange. We say thank you so much. And we say thank you to the Moroccan students, Liberian students in Morocco. They will say thank you so much for allowing us to bring your leaders onto this show to explain so about the bilateral scholarship. We hope you. Hello, sir. What's the name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Ibrahim Vali Kamara, and I'm calling from Kodungurai, India.
Welcome, sir. Your point, 1 second, sir.
Thank you. Firstly, I say thanks to the studio guest, Moses, and his entire team. And my question has to do with the challenges, right? Because taking into consideration Morocco, as you mentioned, is a French-speaking country, and we have people from Liberia majority learn in English. So for those who do not have any idea in French, how do they manage learning French and at the same time learning the particular subject or the particular field of study? That is the first one. And the next to that is the category of scholarship. Apart from the bilateral scholarship that is discussed, are there any other categories of scholarship like what we have in India, partial scholarship, full scholarship, and different categories of scholarship? Do we have such in Morocco? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you ever so much. I think you listened to his questions. Can you address that question? Moses, Nalin, or William?
Okay, so I will just address the question based on the last, the previous caller before the last. I think our brother made mention of the dormitory issue. Are you getting me right? Okay, so our brother make mention of the dormitory issue. Yes, of course. Normally is like this. Normally, we said that dormitories are allocated for students on the TVET program. But then if you arrive in the country, example, normally they fly from Liberia, arrive here early in the morning. The next day you leave Liberia in the morning and then you arrive here in the morning like that. So normally when you arrive, you are not just taken automatically to the dormitory. It doesn't work like that. Why? Because you firstly have to fill in documents and you have to sign some papers. You have to receive your attestation, giving you that dormitory before you can basically go there. So the issue of students hanging around before going to the dormitory, I don't think that's a problem, and I don't think there's a problem from the government of Liberia. It's a problem here. It's not actually a problem, but it's just a procedure. You when you arrive in the country, a new arrival, you have to wait to receive your documents from the Moroccan agency, and that have given you a city. Then you have to make your way to the city. As I said previously, for the TVET program, normally students who are on the TVET program normally have to pay for their dormitory. But then students who really don't have the money on hand to pay for the dormitory are being accepted by the dormitory through the embassy. That is, the embassy do a communication, send the communication to the director for that dormitory that the student is going on, and then arrangements are being made, and the students are accepted on the dormitory until the government can send the allowance, or until the Moroccan agency can be able to pay, and then they pay for that dormitory. So basically, that's just the process. So it's not students hanging around before going to the dormitory. It's now an issue from the government of Liberia. It is an issue here with the Moroccan agency. Sometimes they delay in getting the dormitory and vetting through your attestation. Basically, that's it. And also, they make mention of the TVET program being the best program. I would just like to see that basically, as we said, all of us here, my sister Nelly and that of William, we all stated I think the best thing to do is to know exactly what you have your strength in and what you want to study, and basically keep focus and apply for the scholarship and come to it. There's no program in this country that is best. Just like as there's no courses in Morocco, or there's no subject in Morocco that is easy. All of the subjects here are difficult, they are demanding. So there's no best system, there's no best discipline, there's no less best discipline. Everything is on the same path. It takes the same requirement, it takes the same dedication, it takes the same seriousness and the focus to push and achieve what you want to achieve. And to the last quarter, he made mention of the French, especially for Liberia, the challenges, because some of the students in Liberia uh, don't actually know the French, and then we study English. Yes, it's a challenge, especially for us as students when we arrive in the country. I personally, all of our students here personally in Liberia as well, we studied in English. Yes, we have courses in Liberia that we do French course. Money is add to our courses. But in Liberia, we don't pay attention to that because we say what we're going to do with French. No more the French teacher come in class and it's like something funny, and we just make fun of the session like that. But what we can say to our students in Liberia who actually want to be on the scholarship, I think it's about time that if you want to be on this program, start to build your French capacity through the high school. Take advantage of the program that the schools in Liberia are offering the French program. Try to pay attention, try to get a basis from there, and then it will help you through the process. What the government is set in place and the Ministry of Education to reduce this issue of the French problem is, as we said previously, before you being instructed in any university here in Morocco, you have to present a French certificate. And that certificate says that you understand the basis of French. At least that when the teacher come in class and give you your polycopy or the pamphlet or whatsoever, you'll be able to read through it and understand something there. Yes, it's a transition process. You will not actually get the language at the moment. It takes a gradual process. It keeps coming. And once you open up to learn the language, once you open up, you got friends and other people who speaks the French around you. You try to build your communication skills with other people who speak the French. You become fluent in the language, and life become easy for you. It's a challenge for people who doesn't want to open up and speak the French, and and get some francophone friends and speak with the language, because language, no matter, the more you communicate with it, the more you have people speaking with you of it, you get fluent in it. So all of the students here are here, our sister Nelly, William, all of the other students here who make that way here, they all came from Liberia. When I came from Liberia, I got on the flight to Morocco. I never understood what they call bonjour. I never knew how to say good morning. And when I came here, I never understand when someone asked me, they asked me for my name when I arrived, just to take my passport and ask me for my name. I didn't know what they were saying. I didn't understand anything. I gave the passport my name, and I was just looking around. And the guys, I'm asking you for your name, like that. And it's like that. That's the process. That's the process. But you have to be determined. That's why we said when you are applying for the scholarship, get to know that you are coming in a different world. You are coming to learn French. You are coming in a different environment. Get yourself prepared for it. Know that you are coming for
Get
it.
yourself prepared.
And then
Know that you're coming for
you're
it.
going to make your way through it. And I don't for my for the partial scholarship, I think as it was as I don't think we actually have the issue of the partial scholarship, because for me, I speak directly with the bilateral agreement with the Liberian government and I have the Ministry of Education. So for the issue of partial scholarship, not partial scholarship, I don't think I really have knowledge on that side, because I basically speak about the program that I'm striving under the Ministry of Education. That's the bilateral agreement. So basically, there's challenges, but as we said, be prepared for it. And once you prepare for it, you overcome it. Any part of the world you go
Okay,
to as a
so I think you listen to Moses speaking on that issue. We're going to take Nelly to come shortly with that, and Williams they come very brief because we are really running out of time. Then we're going to take Prince and the other panelists to say something, and then we can call this a day. So we're going to take Nelly and Williams on the questions that were asked. Probably just within 1 or 2 minutes, they can speak quickly to that.
Okay. Moses has clearly said everything concerning the scholarship and whatnot. But with regards to the question with the language, how do you manage French at the same time trying to study something that is going to be beneficial for you in like for years to come? Well, I'll just tell you the first time I went to school, I think the only thing I heard was merci pour votre attention, and in English, that means thank you for your attention, and that's because it was written on the board. In your first year, this is all you're going to know. All you need is first Google Translator. That should be your best friend because, I mean, even if there is French, I think the major thing you need for learning a course is understanding. And once you can get that through Google Translate, then I think Google Translate is your best friend. Secondly, you're going to need YouTube, and you have to need it like on every device, your phone, your laptop, your iPad, whatever you have, get YouTube. Thirdly, you're going to need a library that has Wi-Fi because you're going to need to, I don't know, research both English and French, try to translate, and you need to put in the time. If you don't put in the time, it's not magic, it's not going to work like that. You have to put in the time before you can get results. It's not a straight road, it's a very, very rocky road, but trust me, the results at the end is marvelous because it gives you an advantage or an edge over other people who just speak English. You are now speaking two languages, you're bilingual, you can literally work anywhere. So, first thing, Google Translate. Secondly, YouTube. Thirdly, you need a library and you need to put in the time.
Okay. We take Williams from that, then we look forward to Prince and the other panelists. Then we can ask you for your concluding statements or your parting comments. Then we can call this because we are already running and running out of time. So Williams,
Yeah, thank you. Am I clear? Okay. So concerning the issue, I think Moses spoke lengthily about the dormitory and he cleared that issue. What I would like to address too is the difficulties, the language difficulties. I think it is clear that as an Anglophone student as an Anglophone person, and you find yourself in a Francophone country, and what you need to do is blend in, try your possible best to interact, learn on a daily basis so that you can get fluent and try to understand your surrounding. So I think before Corona, that was 2020. Uh, Usually students after being awarded the scholarship, you come to Morocco and you study. You enter a French school, not the university, but you enter a French school. The government will send you and you enter a French school here, and you will go through a 1 year period where you will have to learn the basics of the French and you learn communication, the grammar aspect, and that of the panorama. Meaning you go through a process where you learn. You might not be able to learn 100% within that 1 year, but it's actually preparing you for what you need in the university, and then you'll be awarded a certificate after which you have to take an exam as well because you can't go to school without taking an exam to know if you at least you know something. So once you are awarded a certificate, you enter the university, and then that's where it starts from. But basically, the process starts from learning the French. They will give you they'll create the avenue for you to learn the French. They will put you in French school. Just as now, after Corona, because of Corona, students are not coming here to go through the 1 year process, especially Anglophone students. They are not coming from Morocco to go through the 1 year process. So in Liberia, once you are awarded the scholarship, the major education enrolls you at Alliance Française. There's a French institute in Liberia where they enroll you in. You go through a period of learning the French language too, so that you can come here and be dormant or you can come here and be blind to everything. Because like Moses said, in Liberia or in high school, they didn't take French seriously. Once they say bonjour, comment ça va, that's all. We just learn the days or of the weeks, something like that, just to take the exam and pass. We don't care. But because of that, the ministry knows very well you not know anything before coming. So they'll have to help you at least get on path so that when you come, you'll be able to understand something while you learn it here gradually. And Nelly spoke of getting glued to your translator, getting glued to YouTube, and trying to make yourself busy with learning the language because and trust me, when you're in a university, no matter it's not possible that someone become the hobby teaching you French every day. So you need to be engaging yourself in activities that will make you to understand the language. So yes, it is difficult, but there's nothing too hard. Anything you want to learn, you can learn it. So that's basically how it is. And yeah, thank you.
Okay. So we come there with our panelists. Yeah, our panelists will come in, and then we can start from there. Simon.
Yeah, Chief. Comment or question? Which one? Elijah? Elijah?
Yeah.
Yes, I was saying comment or question.
Yeah, so okay, we're gonna ask the guests. Let ask the guests to give their parting comments because we are already out of time. The show is running for 1 hour 30 minutes. Now we have gone 1 hour 30 minutes. So we will be asking our guests to give their parting comments, and then after the panelists will be left with an additional probably 5 minutes to analyze the discussion for today. So Samuel, let listen to the guests today to probably give their parting comments. So we're going to start with Moses.
Okay. Firstly, I would like to say I'm very grateful, and we, the student community, we are grateful for the opportunity for the invite to appear on a change and give some clarity as it relates to the bilateral agreements here in Morocco with the student. It's an opportunity that we wanted to be able to clear some of the doubts in the public as it relates to the students here in Morocco and have the relationship with the government in the agreement. So we are grateful for this, and for our own angle, we hope to have a series of engagement like this continuously to be able to enlighten some of our young people, some of the students in Liberia who wants to apply for the program, who wants to come and for their education. It's an important platform, an important dialogue. It helps to prepare our comrades in Liberia, those who are in school now, those who are coming out, those who are going for the WAS. It helps to prepare them to know what they are coming into in how to get a loan and how to get the process, the scholarship to come. So we are grateful to the organizers here. We are grateful to you guys, the panelists. You've done extremely well to host us, and the program has been extremely important and rewarding. So we are grateful, and we want to appreciate the Ministry of Education for the opportunity. We always say this is a life-changing opportunity to come and understand, to know how to speak the French and the English. I think it's an opportunity that every young people want to have to speak two languages and stuff and like that. We are grateful to the Ministry of Education for that. We are grateful to the Minister, Prof. Sony. We are grateful to the embassy here in Morocco. They have been doing extremely well also for the student community. And we are grateful to the student responsible as well. Mr. Momo Sharif, he has been doing extremely well for the student community as well. We are grateful. We are grateful to the Ministry of Education as well, the Ministry of Finance rather. They have been doing extremely well, as we said, through the allowance process since the engagement in 2019. Things have been on course. Yet there have been some delays through the process, but we have been made to understand that these delays are coming through the process of documents leaving from one text to another, but things are being on course. So we are grateful to everyone who's been supporting librarians, a lot of librarians here in the kingdom, who's been supporting the student community in a very own way. We are grateful to everybody who's been doing extremely well for us. And this is a serious process or serious scholarship, and the students they are doing very well. And that's it. We are grateful, and once again we say thanks to you guys, and on behalf of the student community, we want to say thanks for hosting us, for giving us the platform. We hope to be back in a few days from now to discuss another issues that the students face here. So thank you again, and brother Elijah and brother Simon and Jolene and Prince. We are grateful. The students in Morocco are grateful. Thank you for the opportunity.
The female gladiator will be the last to speak. So we will take Williams.
Okay. So I would like to firstly say it's an honor again being in the midst of you guys and on this platform. I'm grateful. We are grateful. We the students from Morocco, the Liberian students from Morocco, we are grateful, and we look forward to engaging in discussions like this that are very meaningful and fruitful to the well-being of all of us. So, like Moses said, we want to appreciate everyone, especially the students following this program. Yeah, I can see they are all in this comment section, and we want to say shout out to those students that are following us from Morocco here, from the various cities, and also our colleagues around the world that are following this program. I want to encourage students that want to apply and they have doubt. I think we were able to at least clear some doubts, and I want to tell you guys that Morocco or the scholarship here is one of the best scholarship you can find, regardless of the fact that it is another language. So it helps you to learn another language and also a better education, because Morocco educational system is one of the best in Africa, and you will learn to the best of your ability. You will get to know things, and so I would like to encourage you again. If you want to come here, don't let anyone fool you. Make sure and try to apply for the scholarship. Is one of the best. So thank you guys, the panelists. I'm grateful for being here, and I hope to see you guys again. Thank you.
Thank you. At that point, we're going to bring in the female gladiator. She's been very, very eloquent on the show, giving us information in that part of the world. So come in, Nelly.
I almost felt you were talking about someone else. Thank you. Well, thank you, Elijah, and the rest of the panelists. We are extremely happy and excited to be here and talk about all our experiences. I'm not sure if we've had such a platform to clearly talk about and address issues or misconceptions about how we students survive here in Morocco. So thank you very much. Uh, well, I'm not sure if I want to mention all the names that Moses has already mentioned, but yeah, thank you to those people that Moses has already mentioned. We really appreciate your efforts here, and yeah, I personally hope that I get to sit with you guys like face to face and we have a conversation like this again. So I look forward to that. I hope that happens soon. So please make it happen. Make it happen fast. And yeah, uh, thank you guys in the comments section for boosting our energy. Truly appreciate. And yeah, to all the girls in Liberia or somewhere else who are wishing to come to Morocco, well, it's all about female empowerment. So do well to go to the embassy or go to the Ministry of Education and apply for a scholarship to come here because, as we say it in Liberia, or let me put it in Kolokwa, anything men do, we can do the same. So, guys, girls, please do well to apply, and we hope to have this conversation some other time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. At this junction, we'll let go to our guests. We want to say thank you for coming. We want to say it was really really okay, having discussions with you. So at this junctions, we're going to be letting our guests to go. By this time, we say thank you, and the panelists are going to analyze the discussion today. So the panelists is going to stay back while we're going to analyze the discussion today. So I think we've been listening. We've been listening to the show. We've been listening to our callers and we listen to everything, Simon, everything that was said. So interestingly. So what you make of the entire process and the bilateral scholarship, what you gather from there, how was it like? You listen to them. I think they clear some doubts. They make us to understand some things that have been around the corner. That our students in Liberia, our students from Liberia that's in Morocco, they are actually striving. Things are not well with them. The government, is sending people all over the country, and they are not catering to them. They are not doing anything. But at least we hear from the horse's mouth today.
Yeah, Elijah. Yeah, the program was quite a fascinating one, and I must commend the leadership in Morocco. They ably represented the students from that side. But like we regularly stated, I think there are a series of misconceptions that I gather around the scholarship process in Morocco. I think, like I regularly put it, like far back in 2019, there were a series of disturbing news coming out of Morocco as it relates to the student well-being there. But it was a good thing that we brought them on the show. I think in my own view, I think it was some form of communication gap because like if you because there were a lot of parents who were afraid to send their children to Morocco based on the information that were coming from Morocco. But I think these exchanges are very much fruitful to alleviate some of the fears that parents or other students who are intending to go to Morocco have. And I can say to you, quite frankly, that this program was it was worth it. I think there's no better time like this because they put it right. They have expressed themselves, and we have heard some of the things that they have said. Some of the misconceptions that we have had concerning the program have been clear, and I think we need to continue to have series of engagement with them because there are a lot of things that the 1 hour 30 minutes is not enough to articulate some of the issues that are affecting them and some of the questions that we want to put forth. So I think there will be time that we bring that continuously in order to get other things out of them. I think it was a fun show.
Definitely. I think Prince is back. Definitely. When we started this engagement with students around, people have been calling over from Oman. We have a students, maybe the student leadership from Oman might be appearing probably next week, and Oman is another area, right? That we get a whole lot of news that is coming from there. So we want to get the students there to listen to them. What is happening in Oman, right? Like we just clearly listen to our brothers and sisters in Morocco, because even myself, I came there, I think between 2019 and 2020, when I saw that flyer, under the banner, we want to go back to our own hostel, pay our fees, do this. It was like, wow, what is happening to our brothers in that part of the world? Is that the government is not living up to their own responsibility? But today I'm free. I think I will apply next year. I will apply to go do my second master in that place. You don't think so, Prince? What is it? How do you look at the situation there in the Bilateral scholarship, Prince?
Yeah, yeah. Like our friend and brother Simeon stated, from tonight interaction with those guys, it was very much informative and educative. Holding on the fact that there are a lot of misconception, still in the public when it comes to this bilateral scholarship, the commitment or engagement made by the Liberian government not working in accordance with their plan. And it have actually created a lot of fear in many parents, in many, sponsors, as to how they can go about kids or their sponsor students. So with these informations, at least it may also be acknowledged about the prevailing situation there, the living standards and well-being of the student populace, librarians there, those putting in, especially it has a mutual relationship or agreement between librarian and government and to that of the leadership there, as well as the Ministry of Education and to that of the Finance Development and Planning. So by the fact that's what the exchange is about, at least on a very, very friendly, basis, we should all stretch out to get one or two positive informations because, Elijah, once you get out, there can be lot of misconceptions, especially our Liberian society. Many people haven't been privileged, to travel out. So once they see a couple of students, maybe, having some level or series of protestations in regards to stopping, in regards to, dormitory fare, those information, sometimes it can be misconstrued or misconstructed within the public. So it was a very, very unique discussion, at least. Even me, for the fact that I have a lot of friends, personal friends, back there in Morocco. I have a deep sense of thought about them when it comes to their well-being highs. And from now moving forward, I already know how things are. So it's a good thing. And pray and hope that as time go by, we can get a lot of students from other parts of the world. Like, we have Cyprus, we have a lot of different places. We have China, all these places, we can all get students for the fact that we are all students residing in the diaspora. We can amalgamate, we can work together in one accordance based on unity, working relationship. We can all be able to, solicit information, those one. Because Liberia is a country that information dissemination is very key in foreign manner. If information aren't being disseminated properly and effective, we'll have a whole lot of different things to say. So for that is good. And let's keep mustering the courage to get a lot of our friends from other parts of the world to appear on the exchange to share their ideas. And with that, we can, have a growing sense of informative generation. So it was a very, very good and fruitful interaction guys from Morocco.
Thank you very much, sure, Prince. And let me not forget. I hope though they are talking about a bilateral, scholarship, and the list goes on. But we come in with a very big blow. There's a huge debate we are bringing, right? International debate. Morocco stands a better chance probably to debate against China or to debate against Cyprus or Oman or India or Liberia. So you guys just be getting ready, put on your debating gears and all other things. So our debate will be right around the corner, right here on the exchange. Trust me, it's going to be fascinating. It's going to be okay. So we're going to take Jolene, from there, we can call this a day. We take our music and then close the show. Jolene, are you following? Jolene,
I
are
think
you there?
I think Jolene posted here that she has some issue with connectivity.
Okay, Julian is facing some technical problems. So on that backdrop, we want to call today. They will say thank you for watching. Wheresoever you are, we want to say welcome. Please hit the share button and share the exchange so that I can go as far as we all can help for this show to go. So we're gonna be bringing you guys here back to debate on so many issues, but that will be done properly. So on that note, we say bye bye and bye bye for now.
Nembo yeli